In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a custom report. So before we get into that, this here is a SiteAudit viewer, and this is my organization, and I've created this manually. Each one of these departments have a certain number of devices in them, and we can basically create reports for my entire organization, or based on a department. We can use the time span here. So let's just say if we wanted to look at data for this quarter or this month within a particular department, or we can look at the entire organization if we want for all the devices. And again, we can pick a time span that we want to evaluate that data or look at that data that we want in a report to do analysis or whatever. And it's also possible to pick a custom time span and apply that. So for right now, what we're going to do is this here's the inventory view. What I would like to show you is ways that you can customize this view to create your own report. So there's several things you can do. You can sort by clicking on a column header. You can move columns around by dragging them. Okay. You can group by a column by dragging a column header up here to group. Okay. You can get aggregates. Let's say that you want to know how many of a certain item exists. There's these aggregates down here. Other things you can do is you can filter. Maybe you only want to see, say, Canon and HP devices. You can do that. You can get rid of columns by just dragging them off like this, and you can add columns by right-clicking on a column header, selecting column chooser, and then maybe adding whichever columns that you want to include. Okay. All right, so that's a very quick overview of how you can customize the data that exists in your report. And also other things that you can do is you can come up here to the file layout options, and you can add headers and footers and background colors and logos, watermarks, and various things like that to your reports. And then ultimately, let's just make a color here. We could just change the color of our reports. And when we save this, all that information will be saved. So you can either start from scratch and create your own reports, or SiteAudit comes with about 70 pre-canned reports that you can use to start. So that's how we're going to go today. We're going to come over here to this file open here, or you can just select this, and we're going to navigate to a particular folder here. The folder that we're going to navigate to is C Users, Public Documents, Netaphor, SiteAudit, and within here you'll see this My Reports folder. And for each view that exists in SiteAudit, there is a folder, and they contain various report templates. So let's just take a look at the inventory. In inventory, we have a general, this one here shows all retired or managed printers, inventory by manufacturer and model. If we come back, we can see that we have various volume analysis reports. So if you wanted to look at the volume that was printed for the last 30 days or something, you can do that. So to start, we're just going to select a report. I'm going to use the general inventory report. And I'm going to go ahead and open that. So it'll go over here to inventory, general inventory, and open it. Okay, so what you'll see here is now that it's opened, we can see the entire path up here to the file. And this is basically what the report looks like. If we come to the layout options, we'll see here that it basically says general inventory, and this is what it looks like. Okay. Let's see if we have any footers down here. We have page 1 of 9 and the date and time over here. Okay. All right, so some of the things that we can do, let's just add over here, I'm going to say who printed the report. Okay, and I'm going to change the color so that we could tell that our report has been saved. It's not that pretty, but that's okay. and we're going to say OK. And I'm going to modify it a little bit the way that I want it. So I'm going to add some other columns here, and I want to know things about the device security. So what SNMP version is being used, what is a community string that was used to discover, and are there any open ports that might be vulnerable on these devices. Okay, so so this is what I modified, and if I want, I could even say I only want this report for the engineering department, so I can do that. And let me just bring up the department name, so when the report is run, someone will see which department it was created for. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and save this report. Just click the Save button. All right. And that's it. So now if I want to export the report, I can export it in some format. I'll just say a PDF. Let's export it to my desktop. Call it Inventory PDF. All right, and that's been saved. And let's go ahead and open that and take a look at this file and see what it looks like. Okay. All right. So you can see here's the new inventory report. Now it's possible to take this report, schedule it, have it sent to people periodically, like once a week or once a month or something like that. It can be published to the reporting website so that anytime a user runs this report, it'll run against their data at that time and pull in all the latest data. Okay, now I'm just going to show you how easy it is to modify this again. The only thing we'll do this time is we'll come up here and we're going to change the color just so that you could see that it gets modified. Let's close that guy. I don't need that. Change this color. Let's make it lime. Okay, as you can see that this has a little star next to it indicating that it's changed. So if I try to switch to a different view, it's going to tell me that it's been changed and do I want to save it? I'll say yes. All right, it's going to create that report again for me. Let's just go back and open this now. Oh, we'll go to recent views, and here's my general inventory. Okay, and now I'm going to export it again. And we'll call it inventory. I will just overwrite the existing file, replace that, and let's open it again. And we should see that, yes, it has been modified. So that's how easy it is to modify reports and use some of the pre-canned reports that come with SiteAudit and then modify them for your use. So I hope this helps you. As always, if you have any questions, just contact our support and we'll help you with your reports.